Hello, and thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and cheap, or if you prefer, an inexpensive repair on a Schauer Battery Charger. I had this charger for 49 years and it's been used and still being used extensively. I have a new DIY handle here. This plug was changed back about 10-15 years ago. This ammeter doesn't work because I dropped it, but that's not what we're fixing today. Today we're going to be replacing these clips. These clips have been on here for about 20 years and they just about had it. They still work, but they slip off. This one corroded a little bit and I have a hard time clamping it onto a battery. So today I'm going to change these clips. And remember, the theme of my channel is to repair, reuse, repurpose, and recycle. So we're not buying new clips today. The clips I'm using are recycled clips. If you could find one of these, pick it up. You can't go wrong. I used to keep this charger under the hood on a 1980 Volvo that I had during the winter months. I recharged trucks, cars, I don't know how many riding lawnmower batteries, and I'm still using it. Used it just the other day. Now, a little history on this charger. When I picked this charger up, I actually got this charger by using green stamps. You recall the S&H green stamps? Well, for those of you that weren't around at the time, you would collect these stamps every time you made a purchase at a supermarket or a gas station. Depending on how much you spent, that's how many stamps you received. Then you would take these stamps, paste them into a book that they gave you. You would fill the pages of this book up with stamps, and then you would go to their catalog, pick an item that you wanted, and it would tell you how many of these books you needed to get the item. Well, that's how I got this charger. That was in years gone by. Enough about the stamps, and let's get back to repairing this charger. The following items are what you'll need to make this repair. I'm using solder. If you don't have it, you can do it without. A multimeter. You may or may not need it, and I'll show you why. Something to strip the wires with. If you have any, a shrink tube would work well on this. If not, black tape would work. There are a lot of different ways you can do this. Some flux if you're using the solder. The new clips that you're going to put on, and again, these were recycled clips. I was at the recycle center getting rid of some item, and I saw this connected to a newer charger, and I just clipped it off. Now, if you're going to use the full length of this wire, you would use the multimeter to make sure which wire this clip is on when you hook it up onto the meter. But I'm not using the full length of wire. I'm just using this little strip over here. We'll cut it off. And because it's so short, it's very easy to trace it without using the multimeter. Okay. Just follow it down. Now I have to split this wire so I can strip it. Let me get my pocket knife. Now we'll strip this wire. And again, you can check it with the multimeter. Put this out of the way for now. I save lengths of wire like this. This time you'll have to make a jumper. And it's good to have a piece of wire around that you could use for that purpose. So we'll wrap this wire, put it off to the side. Now we'll clip off the ends that are on there now. And we'll strip this wire. This wire is stripped. You want to give it a twist. Make sure you have the right wire. Strip this one. This is the twist. This is cut a little on the long side. You don't need it that long. Don't forget to put your heat shrink on. I'm going to dip it in a little bit of flux, both wires. Twist them together. Getting a little flux on the soldering iron, cleaning the tip. And then we're going to tin the tip with a little bit of solder. And now we'll work on the wire. Now that we have the wire soldered, we'll let it cool for a minute. Cut the other clip off. Strip the wire. And repeat the process on this one. Now that both wires are done, I just have to get some heat on this heat shrink, either a cigarette lighter. I like using the heat gun. You see how corroded this is? It was still working, but this was laying there, and I figured, well, why not? One suggestion, if you have a bigger piece of heat shrink, would be to put the bigger heat shrink over both of these, or you could wrap it with some black tape. Well, that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, found it interesting, let me know. Post your comments down below. Give it a like. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit this Joe Z button. And not to miss my new videos as I upload them, be sure to ring that bell. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe.